Hey everyone, thank you for pushing that play button. Welcome to C8 Speed 252. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe. Please hit that bell button right beside us so you get notification anytime I release a video. Without further ado, I do want to talk about the C8 Miniature Corvette because once again, I am super excited about this car. I got some new exciting information that you will never hear on any other channel. I also have some exciting news. I'm actually doing another giveaway at the moment. I'm very excited about this one because I'm giving away a shirt. I actually never gave away a shirt before. This is a Corvette Racing 20 years anniversary shirt that I'm super excited about. In order for you to get in that drawing, all you have to do is leave a comment, subscribe, and like this video, and that will literally enter you in the drawing to win this shirt. Once again, all you have to do is like this video, subscribe, and leave a comment down below, and that will literally put you in the drawing to win this Corvette shirt. It's freaking amazing. I'm super excited about it, and I'm ready to give it away to one of you all because I know it's going to be very special to you. So once again, like, comment, and subscribe. I will announce the winner at the end of this month. With that being said, I want to take a few minutes to thank my followers, thank my subscribers, everybody that's a part of the community. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. You all have been so awesome. And I also want to personally thank all the new subscribers that pushed the play button today. Please feel free to check out my website, which is c8speed252.com. Let's hop into the C8 Miniature Corvette. So here's an amazing photo that was actually sent to me today. As soon as I saw it, I was lost for words. I honestly could say this is an awesome looking photo. I mean, taking a look at this car, it is freaking great. I mean, first of all, let's take a look at those headlights. Now, those headlights look amazing to me. I can't say anything wrong about it. I think I would honestly love to buy this car with those headlights in them. Look at the body lines. The body lines are all fantastic. If you actually take a look at the body lines, look how it goes from the top of the hood all the way down to the back of the car. I just think it looks phenomenal. If you look at the side view mirrors, they look great. They look like they match with the car very well. If you take a look at the rear spoiler, you really can't see it that great, but from this back end, it looks amazing to me. If you take a look at the roof, it does look like the roof that comes off a C7 Corvette, but I'm not mad at that. I think that looks fine in my opinion. If you take a look at the seats look like they're similar to the C7 Corvette seats. Now, I will say I hope they look a little bit different than that, but if they don't look any different than that, then I'm completely content with that too. My friends know me really well. They obviously sent me this photo in the color blue, which is my favorite color, which reminds me of my Corvette when I first bought it. I think personally for me so far, seeing this photo right now makes me really want to buy this car. I think this photo really stands out the most out of all the photos I've seen. Leave me a comment down below what you think about this photo. I want to know your true opinion about this actual photo of the C8 Miniature Corvette. So as you all know, a lot of speculation about this car is, coming about. One thing that we all don't know yet about this car is definitely the price. Now, I want to get into the price just a little bit. I will make a separate video on some information that I gather about the price, but what I want to talk about is the price of the C8 Miniature Corvette compared to another supercar that I actually love. And my friends actually sent me this photo as well because they wanted me to compare these two cars very quickly within this video. So right now we have a C8 Corvette that's to our left, and we have a McLaren 570 to our right. And a lot of people are speculating that the Corvette will cost anywhere between like $150,000 to $170,000. I personally do not think the car will be that expensive because they will literally be stepping into the McLaren prices and the Lamborghini Huracan prices at this point. And in my opinion, for most people who are kind of on the fence about buying a C8 Corvette, they would probably take $150,000 and put it towards a McLaren before they buy a base model miniature Corvette. That's just my opinion. I will say that after seeing more photos, more spy shots, and seeing this car actually on the highway and other videos, I don't think this car is going to cost anywhere between $61,000 to $65,000. I honestly think this car will cost anywhere between $75,000 to $85,000. I think that's a really good price range for the base model C8 Miniature Corvette, only because we do have other supercars that are anywhere between $150,000 to $200,000. Which has already kind of proven their point out on the track and out and about. For instance, I personally have not heard of a McLaren having a bunch of issues due to either running hot on the track or brake failure or anything like that. So I do feel like these cars have already track proven ready. So why would somebody spend $150,000 on a miniature Corvette when they can take that $150 and go buy a McLaren? That's just my opinion, but once again, we don't know exactly what this car will turn out to be until it's actually revealed. Another thing I want to get into about this photo, which my friends did bring up once they sent it to me, is how similar these cars look. They look very similar, and I also told my friends this. There's only so many ways you can actually build a mid-engine car without it having looking like other mid-engine cars. Now, if you take a look at the front end of this car, and the way they both of them like spread it out, they definitely look the same. I mean, the headlights are definitely like slimmer on the C8 Miniature Corvette, and they look wider on the McLaren. But if you look at the angle of the car, it completely looks the same. If you look at the height of the C8 Corvette, it looks a little bit taller than the McLaren, but it could be just a little bit of difference off. And if you take a look at the width, they look about similar as well. So I can definitely say that the cars have some similarities, but at the end of the day, I definitely think that the C8 Miniature Corvette will look great whether it looked like a Ferrari, a McLaren, because all those cars look amazing to me, and I can't sit here and say that I wouldn't drive either one of those. And let's be fair, a lot of people say the C7 Corvette looks like a Ferrari too, so hey, what can I say? Here's another thing I want to talk about that a lot of Corvette owners and a lot of non-Corvette owners have been asking me and asking other people, and I actually seen in other videos as well. Will the C8 Miniature Corvette have a removable top? And personally, I do think it will have a removable top. I think the C7 sold well with the removable tops. I think that's another reason why the C7 Corvette actually sold well, because of that reason. And honestly, there's nothing like having a car that you can turn into a convertible and you can turn into a hardtop at any time you would like. So a lot of people may ask, Clarence, how do you know there's going to be a removable top? Well, if you take a look at this photo, which actually came from GM themselves, this is called the aluminum roof bolt. I wanted to put this photo actually within this video so you can actually take a look at why I think that the C8 mid-engine Corvette will have a removable / target top. The same company that actually had GM with this before is called Tier 1 Supply Magna, which is the same company that had them make the target top for the previous gen Corvettes that have actually sold well. While we still have this frame in front of me, I want to talk about something that people most likely not going to care about, but it's still something new to the Corvette lineup, which is the radio. The radio is something standard. Most of the days is Bluetooth stuff that's involved. But GM decided to go with a different company regarding the mid-engine Corvette. They will still offer AM, FM, and Sirius XM radio, which is standard for most likely the cars today. The interesting part is that they will support DAB, which is non-existent in North America, but is very popular in the United Kingdom and Australia, which means that we can actually see the steering wheel on the right-hand side of the car in the United Kingdom or in Australia. Now, this photo is very interesting. There's a lot of things we can take away from this photo that I want to mention. First of all, these tires. These are like backup tires for the C8 mid-engine Corvettes. If you take a look at them, they're like staggered tires, which means that they're small in the front and bigger in the back. As you all know, in 2014, when the Stingray first came out, the tire sizes were the same. There wasn't staggered tires. You can rotate them if you wanted to. And it changed in 2016 with the Grand Sports, the Z06s, and so forth and so forth. And I appreciate that because I feel like I'm actually driving a sports car when I have tires that are wider in the back and smaller in the front. And it's also better for track purposes as well. Now let's talk about this guy. The driver is pretty much in the car that I'm pointing at right now. He's either looking at his cell phone and sending somebody a text message, or either he's actually gathering data from experience on the track. And it seems like to me he's really taking his job really seriously, because he does actually have the helmet on above his car, which clearly indicates that he was one of the drivers that was behind his car. Or it could be possible that none of the guys that's actually around him is actually talking to him about his experience with the C8 mid-engine Corvette. So the one guy I definitely want to talk about in the photo is always this guy here. He seems to have his hands on his hip, with technically his back, and his hands on his forehead. This could mean a lot of things. It could mean that there was something wrong with the C8 mid-engine Corvette that they recently found out. It could be due to some leaking issues that we've seen in previous photos and previous videos. It could be because I heard GM was actually trying to get a specific time at the Nürburgring and it didn't actually meet the time that they wanted. So it could be a number of reasons why he have his issue, why he have his hand on his back. We all don't know because obviously he wasn't there. But I would like to know what exactly why his hands is on his back and why he seems a little bit confused, or I guess say frustrated. Let's just hope that if this is a mechanical issue, this does get fixed before they release the C8 mid-engine Corvette. And for these guys right here, there's technically nothing really bad to say about them. It seems like they're actually gathering some real information from the driver of this car, which could be the issues that he's actually figuring out. But, right now we can't really say much about this photo. I wanted to add another photo that looks similar to the other photo I just previously talked about. You can see the different body languages in this photo as well, which pretty much some of them seem the same and some of them seems different. But I just wanted to put this photo in there as a comparison to the other photo I just finished talking about. Now here's another photo I definitely want to talk about. I want to get into maybe some speculation what could be under the hood of this thing. One of my followers emailed me this morning and said, hey Clarence, what do you think about a twin turbocharged V6? I personally do not think that will come in the base model C8 Corvette. A lot of people are saying it could be a 4.2, 5.5, 6.2. I'm going to go on record to say I think it will be a 6.2 LT1. Why do I say this? I think that Chevrolet has spent so much money with this car that a cheaper route would be to push the LT1 up to 505, 510 horsepower. That way they can save money in the back end with other features in the car, and then as time goes on, they could put on the 5.5 or the 4.2 or the twin turbo V6. And for instance, if you take a look at the 2014 Stingray, when the transmission in that car, it was a 6-speed automatic transmission or a 7-speed manual transmission. And as time going on with the 2015, 2016, 2017s, the transmission stayed the same in somewhat form as far as manual goes, but they also changed it as far as 8-speed paddle shifters. I definitely think there will be an LT1 6.2 liter engine inside the C8 mid-engine Corvette. So there's two things I want to get into about this photo right here. If you take a look at the Corvette to the left and take a look at the vents look a little wider. They look like there's more vents for more heat to come out of, more heat to pass through. If you take a look at the right hand side of the photo and you see that C8 miniature Corvette, it looks like the vents are just a little bit smaller. You only see like one open on the back window, which tells me that could be the base model, and the one to the left could be the Z06 model, or it could be the Z51 model. Either way, it looks like there possibly could be two different engine sizes in these two cars. Now here's the big piece. Here's the meat and potatoes. Here's the exciting news that I've been wanting to tell you all about for the longest time. Now I've been known about this feature for a while now. There's no guarantees, but it's definitely within the article that has been sent to me, and I'm definitely super excited to get it across to you. As you can see here, the photo in front of you is a picture of a Ford GT, but that's not exactly what we're talking about. We're not talking about the Ford GT. We're talking about a new feature that has never been on a Corvette unless you got it installed aftermarket. For instance, like my C7 Chrome Corvette, and I have vertical doors on them. It's possible that GM could now actually change the doors on the next generation Corvette. So I'm going to read off exactly what this article says, word for word, so you can get an indication of what they're thinking regarding the new C8 mid-engine Corvette. It states, the roof system appears to be developing the doors for the mid-engine car according to the engineer profile. The interesting bit about that is that the engineering that usually works on the sunroof systems, so we may see a more complex doors than your standard horizontal fare, much like the Ford GT in this photo. So there you have it, everyone. That is the big news I want to tell you, which is something that just came across to me. I haven't heard anybody else talk about it. This article literally states that Chevrolet could be possibly putting some new doors on the C8 mid-engine Corvette with other Corvette owners because they do not think these doors should be on a Corvette, which I personally do not think this car will be called Corvette in my opinion, but I'm all down for these vertical doors because they look amazing on the C7 Corvette, and I think they will look fantastic on this mid-engine Corvette. Most exotic cars these days all come with different type of doors. The doors are not normally the same. So leave your comments down below. What do you think about Chevy adding these doors to the C8 mid-engine Corvette? So there you have it. If you have not subscribed to the channel yet, please do, because I get new C8 information every single day, and I definitely want to bring it to you. And this is the channel you want to be a part of. We're definitely growing. My community is awesome, and I would love to have you go on along this journey with us. Thank you for pushing that play button. Once again, if you want to be entered into the drawing, all you have to do is subscribe, like, and leave a comment down below, and that will enter you in the drawing to win the Corvette racing shirt. And I look forward to seeing you in another episode of C8 Speed 252.